In this video, I'm going to talk about the 6 biggest mistakes I've made in my photography. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Rivaldo, a travel photographer based in Wales, and in this video, I'm going to go over the things that I've learned over the last few years as a photographer. I'm going to talk about some of the mistakes I've made in the hopes that these may help you on your own journey of photography. My hope is that you can take away something from this video which will help speed up your learning in photography. My first lesson was to give up photography. There came a certain time where I felt like I was not making enough progress in photography and it just ended up becoming a chore rather than something that I was enjoying. So I ended up keeping my camera on a shelf for a few years. This ended up teaching me that you need to always push through different things and find ways to enjoy the craft rather than getting bogged down by doing it. The reason why I ended up feeling discouraged was I wasn't seeing much progress in my photography, and looking at a bunch of different photographers online, I always felt that my work wasn't as good as theirs, nor was I getting enough likes and validation on social media. This is the biggest mistake because to learn you need to keep pushing forward and you need to keep trying and innovating. If you just try and then you give up really easily, that's not really the way anything goes. To learn something, you need to keep at it for quite a few years, and this is something that I would recommend if you are at this stage of photography. Don't give up, but try and use your camera to go out and create something productive every day or every other day. The second lesson that I've learned is that likes is not always the same as the quality of the photograph. What I mean by that is you usually think that the photographers who end up getting the most likes on their photos end up having the best work, but this is not always the case. The game of social media is completely different from the game of photography. What works on social media for one person may not work for another person. There are certain things that go into the algorithm that helps one person do better than the others. For example, if a person is taking photographs in a much more well-respected travel and street photography location, it is much more easy to go viral on social media. For example, a photographer is taking a bunch of photographs in New York or somewhere in the Mediterranean coast. Of course, those photographs are going to do better than if you were taking pictures in your small hometown. But the main point is that just because you get a lot of likes on your photograph doesn't really mean that the photo is good, nor does it mean the other way around. I learned this the hard way after a few months ago. I ended up starting a Threads account and some of my posts were doing really well, whereas some of the others were just doing really bad. And I always ask myself, why was this the case? You just end up realizing that some posts on social media end up doing better than the others just because that's how it is. My third lesson was about taking advice from other photographers on YouTube. Just like I'm providing some of the lessons in my videos on YouTube here, it's not correct to be taking all of these as word for word truth. What may work for me may not work for you. So give different things a try. Try picking up concepts and ideas from different photographers and then implement that into your own photography. Something may work for you while something may not work for me, and the opposite is true as well. Everything that I share on my YouTube channel is for you to be inspired and for you to take action. Not everything that I do or say may work, but this is just how I do things as of right now. My fourth biggest mistake was taking too much inspiration with very little action. I initially started photography with the aim of being outdoors, taking photographs and enjoying life. But what ended up happening was I spent a lot of time in front of YouTube watching a bunch of different videographers and photographers promoting a lot of gear and a lot of talk on photography. I learned a lot through the process, but I never really took action on anything. It sort of ended up at this place called Valuetainment. I was getting entertained by different value. This is such a stupid thing to do because you have all the time in the world to be outdoors, to be under the sunlight, to take photographs and to enjoy yourself outdoors while you just sit behind the computer screen. Try and go outdoors and enjoy your life a bit more. Lesson 5 is to keep it simple and stop clogging your brain up. What I mean by this is photography is very simple. Try and simplify it down if you feel very complicated right now. I have made a video on my channel talking about how to simplify your photography process, and you can have a look at it with the link in the description. Point number 6 is for a couple of years I ended up doing photography and never organized my files. Organization is extremely key with your photography. Even if you have a simple workflow of taking photographs and then organizing them on your iPhone or on your Android, all you need to do is organize the photographs in terms of folders and in terms of albums for each trips that you have done. The reason for doing this is because you have a clear space where you have all your photographs and videos in a certain folder, and it is very easy to go back and refer to these for in the future. It is also possible to use these files to do content creation or to go back and look at all your memories in a clear and organized way. Try and delete the photographs and the videos that you do not need anymore, as this is just too much information sitting on your phone for no reason at all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have liked this video, drop a like, and I will see you on the next video.